I'm State Senator Dave Brown from Becker. There has been a lot of talk about additional revenue, and I would like to say to Governor Dayton, who has offered, yesterday offered some, I think, some valid arguments. I would agree to some types of additional revenue if, and only if, we use it to pay back our school districts that we owe them from past budgets. I don't know how we can talk about spending new money when we continue to have debts from past budgets. We have to get our school districts paid back, and if we're going to raise additional revenue, which I said I'd be open to certain types, we need to use it to first pay back our past obligations that we owe to our school districts.
You said this morning that you're willing to consider tax revenues enhancements, revenue enhancements. I would like to hear from you specifically what revenues you would consider this morning. I want you to go on record and say what revenues you will consider.
Well, if I look at what Governor Dayton presented yesterday, there were some things in there with which I could agree. There's this misnomer that the wealthiest, I'm getting there, for heaven's sakes, give me a moment. There's this misnomer that the wealthy don't pay taxes in Minnesota. They are, if you're married and filed jointly and making over $132,200 a year, you're at the highest tax bracket of 7.85%. The problem is, there are loopholes and deductions that allow your effective tax rate to be lower than what you and I pay. Yesterday, well, that's what I'm getting to. Yesterday, Governor Dayton, one of your proposals was closing loopholes. I'm with you on that, Governor. I'm with you on that. We need to have major tax reform, and one of the first pieces of legislation I'll introduce next year will involve tax reform for Minnesota so that we all pay our fair share.
Okay.
Well, I can't, until we're called back into session, I can't offer anything statute-wise. What am I... Yeah.
There's a lot of people here, and we all have different opinions, so it's really important to me that we treat everyone with respect, so all comments are honored. You can disagree with them, but please keep your disagreements to yourself. Thank you.
I had talked about additional revenue. I want to make it clear. The most I want to spend is $34 billion. If we have additional revenue come in, certain types of additional revenue, it goes towards paying back past due obligations that we owe our school districts. I will not agree to spending beyond the $34 billion. If we have additional revenue, it has to go towards paying our past due obligations and not towards other spending. I will not agree to spending just for the sake of spending.
Thank you. Thank you.